guys, welcome to Improve My Golf and welcome down to the glorious Dolce Campo Real Golf Resort here in Portugal. This video we're going to be talking about the dreaded bare lies. We actually teach a lot of this on the golf course because clients that come to us really do struggle when they don't have something underneath the ball, and I think it's because of the perception that they have to get the club under the ball in the first place. So this is hopefully going to clear up not only bare lies but just chipping in general, regardless of whether this ball's sat over here on the nice kind of lush grass or whether it's on a bare lie. We want to be hitting down into the back of the golf ball. We don't want to be trying to flick it up into the air. So sometimes actually practicing from bare lie can really help your technique. There's two ways to practice. I think we've got an advanced level and an intermediate / beginner level where we've got an 8-iron and a lob wedge. The lob wedge is kind of, I think a lot of the advanced players, elite golfers, or even tour players will get really excited about this shot. They'll look at this lob wedge with a tight line, just think about all that backspin they're going to get, how awesome it's going to look when that ball reacts on the green and just zips in and then just releases down to the flag. That's what I'm hoping to be able to do anyway. Also with the 8-iron shot, you can just start to see a golfer only needs to maybe land it around about halfway and then just let it release the rest of the distance, and they don't need to worry too much about strike. Catch it a tiny bit thin with the 8-iron because the backswing was so short, you've not created so much power, so it's not going to go so far either, so you can actually get away with a good bad shot as well. I'm going to start with the lob wedge. This is the shot I personally would use because I like to try and encourage a little bit of spin on the ball. I'm not going to try and hit down on the ball too much. I'm going to come into the ball from a shallow angle of attack, so I kind of hit across the top of the surface. But again, to an extent, I'm obviously still hitting down, but I'm not trying to jab at the ball. I'm trying to kind of come through the ball, rotate, and just kind of let the club face, let the ball just kind of stick to that club face as it comes through impact. Ball position, I'm going to keep it in the centre of my stance because, like I said, I do want an element of kind of angle of attack to be down into the back of the ball, and I'm going to see if we can land this just onto the green and then just let it release out. The strike was really good, and that first bounce was so soft. I actually played it better than I expected myself. The strike was really nice, it was very clean, loads and loads of backspin. I'm going to give that one more go so I can actually be a lot more aggressive. Again, loads of backspin and just trickled past the hole. Not a bad attempt at all. Right, so we're going to go up to the 8-iron shot, which I'd expect most golfers to kind of favour at the moment. But again, like I said, use a bare lie for practicing your chipping because it's a really good way of practicing the strike, even when you take it onto normal grass. So we're going to land this around about halfway for the moment. Obviously, it depends on the shot that you're faced with. If it's all downhill, land it shorter. If it's uphill, land it further. But for this particular shot, I'm going slightly up the hill, and then when I get onto the green, it's slightly downhill left to right to the target. So I'm going to be aiming slightly left. I want to try and land this just on the fringe so it hits into the upslope and then releases over the bank. In terms of setup, again, I'm going to keep the ball position central in my stance. My weight's going to be forward. I'm not really going to use too much wrist hinge, but I am going to allow the body and the hips to kind of rotate together. The hands don't really need to move too much. We are going to be hitting down on the ball because of the ball position and the weight distribution, but we don't need the hands to work during this shot at all. It's just a very much like a chip and run. There we have it, just hit into the slope. Probably came out a little bit fiery, but I think most importantly for you golfers out there, you've hit the ball relatively close to the green off a bare lie as well. Hey guys, I hope you've enjoyed that video. Please stay tuned for a lot, much more coming to the channel. Please subscribe to the channel, follow us on our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, and from me and Chris, we'll see you again very soon.